Hello, everyone. I'm Natalia Bilbao, and here's what's happening in LA this week. Dear Santa, is there any chance you would leave the snow of the North Pole and visit us here in Los Angeles? There's going to be a huge parade with everyone there. You would? Santa Claus joined friends and special guests at the Hollywood Christmas Parade.
It's the Hollywood Christmas Parade. It's the 92nd annual Hollywood Christmas Parade. We are honored to be there hosting. Benefits the Marine Toys for Tots, and it's just a great community event.
This is one of the great traditions that Los Angeles has. It's been going on for almost a century now, and this will be the last time I'll be in the parade as a member of the City Council, so it means a lot to me to be able to come here and thank everybody for 15 years of support of the work that I've done.
It brings people together. You're going to see a very diverse crowd out there, and everybody's going to have a good time. They're going to be safe, so we're going to have a good time tonight.
People represented from all over the world, from China, from Korea, from
Armenia,
the North Pole.
The North Pole. We had that one guy from the North Pole.
Yeah.
Santa's here just to spread the magic and cheer of love.
Everybody's still coming together to celebrate something called joy.
The fan, the people, the excitement, driving right in the car, people getting excited, doing the hog pose. It's like reliving my childhood.
One thing we're really hoping is that the holiday spirit would bring the Lakers some more wins, because we're a little struggling now, but we're going to be all right.
It's exciting. I started my own foundation this year, the Mario Lopez Family Foundation, helping Boys and Girls Clubs kids. I grew up in that, growing up as a club kid, and so it's a blessing to be honored tonight.
I love the military. I love giving back. I love Toys for Tots. So anything I can do to support these men and women and such a great cause here.
It's very special us being a part of this parade, because this is where it all started. In 1947, a group of Marines went out, they collected toys and books, and then on Christmas morning, they got into their dress blue uniforms and went out and distributed them to less fortunate children. Walt Disney got involved. In fact, he's the one that gave us our logo and gave us our name, actually, Toys for Tots.
Festivals are so important because they bring everybody together. It's about celebrating, it's about being together with family and friends, and just taking time to smell the roses.
It's just a great time to wish all Angelenos health, happiness, peace, tranquility, unity, and togetherness during the holidays and throughout 2025 as well.
They have answered the call to protect and serve, and the most recent graduating class of the LAPD was sworn in by the new chief. Hats off to these police academy graduates now ready to take to the streets as fully fledged police officers.
Being a police officer is not just a job. It's a noble calling, a profession. It requires strength, bravery, and resilience, but also demands humility, compassion, and a sense of duty to the people you serve.
Class 624, each of you has answered what many will say the highest calling in public service. And I celebrate each and every one of you for answering that call.
I know firsthand the significance of this moment. Over 43 years ago, I stood in the very place that you stand today, ready to take my first steps as a police officer.
Looking back, it seems like yesterday in so many ways. The memories are still vivid from that day. The relationships are still very much intact with many of my classmates that day.
The best officer in physical training is Officer Tyler Washington.
So please let me begin by recognizing all the family and friends who are here today, that have supported you throughout this process Let's applaud them because they too should be congratulated. Thank you.
We're here at my son's graduation ceremony, and it's a big honor. You know, this is the second officer in the family, and for the class of 624, it's a great achievement for our family.
I'm super excited. I have a former employee, Officer Cervantes, that is graduating. When I hired her at her former job, it's the first thing she ever said she wanted to do. I knew it was a dream she's had since she was a kid.
Class 624, as I look at each of you, I want you to reflect on the dedication that brought you here. You were chosen from thousands of applicants, proving yourself to be the best of the best. You endured one of the most challenging police academies in the country, and today you're about to graduate and join the ranks of a proud tradition of service.
They're a young person, generally their early 20s. They've come to us with varied experience, and in 6 months we have to shape them into somebody who can go out into the world and be able to deliver a service to them that helps them manage sometimes a tragedy.
You've made it through the academy with grit, heart, and resilience, and you're going to need those qualities throughout the rest of your career.
So our hopes is they leave here competent, but that they have compassion and that they maintain that character throughout their career. Our level of accountability is very high. We're going to maintain that level because the public deserves nothing less.
As you stand here today ready to receive your badge and move on into the great future that awaits you, I want you to reflect on what that badge represents.
This is a very honorable career. It takes a lot of heart, a lot of passion, and if you love what you're doing, it's not going to feel like work. You're going to do what's right for the community.
I just want to say go Class 624. We're proud of you.
The hottest part of Los Angeles is taking steps to stay cool and beautiful. The community of the West San Fernando Valley got together to learn how keeping cool could be all about putting down roots.
It's a great resource fair. It's part of Keep America Beautiful, Los Angeles Beautiful. We're giving away street trees, rain barrels. The community is coming together. This is really an overall West Valley event.
Encouraging people to get outdoors, save water, plant drought-resistant trees. I'm all for that, and get to meet some of your neighbors.
Where we are now is the hottest part of the city of Los Angeles, is in the West San Fernando Valley. And so I'm really glad that we're able to bring these resources out to folks. It's really heartwarming to see so many people here taking advantage of it.
Giving out the trees is something amazing. You know, we've been looking forward with my wife to, you know, get some trees in front of our yard for shade, and this was like just the perfect chance to do so.
We're trying to get good information out to people, really everyone coming together to keep our environment green and to give people the tools and the resources they need to keep their communities beautiful. But nothing is better than a tree. Shade. These trees will make our environment cooler, more habitable for all of us.
It's great to see all the families, all the people getting outdoors and being amongst the community, and looking forward to all of us getting together and planting trees, saving water, and be united in that, and it's a lot of fun.
From a temporary space to a permanent home, the WorkSource Center in Watts now has a place to call its own. Along with dedicated space comes dedicated staff and a host of services for anyone looking to make a real change in their job situation.
It is a great honor and privilege to welcome you all to the grand opening of the Housing Authority of the City of Los Angeles, Watts Los Angeles WorkSource Center. It's an amazing feeling to have our grand opening for the Watts Los Angeles WorkSource Center. We had temporary space, but now we have our permanent home here at 2212 East Imperial Highway, Los Angeles 90059.
HACLA has been in
invested in being the only public housing agency operating a WorkSource center in this community for over 30 years. And I'm confident that with this new facility, that the HAPLA team will provide the same level of commitment with the installation of this WorkSource center.
As a WorkSource center, we work with any client that wants to walk in the door that's looking for a job. We assess what their needs are to really help them establish themselves in the career that they want.
I went to a lot of different programs that has job seminars, and never once have I received a job. But my first day of coming to this WorkSource center, the staff here was amazing. I ended up working the same day.
When I first entered this program, I was looking for a way to gain professional experience, to build my administrative skills, and to open doors to new possibilities. This program helped me a lot because it gave me really good mentorship. I learned a lot from the office experience, and I got a better paying position and a bigger rank thanks to this organization.
We know that these high demand jobs going for the 21st century require significant skill upskilling. And we're here to make sure that those individuals in our communities have access to those training facilities at no cost.
We're able to expand on the resources that we offer and provide for our participants. We're able to have a bigger training room, bigger computer lab room. We have a business source center. So it's a large space, but it's community space.
All Angelenos are entitled to and deserve opportunities to live to their own full potential.
We also work with our local business source center, so we may have people walking in the door who are interested in starting their own business. That doesn't stop them from working with us. We are more than happy to help them become entrepreneurs. So I would say every Angeleno who's looking for a job, thinking about changing careers, wondering if they can get some additional training, the WorkSource centers are here for you, and we welcome you.
And we must remember that, and this is a day to celebrate, it's a day to recognize, and it's a day to embrace one another.
The LA area gets a Safe Streets grant. LA Civil Rights has volunteer opportunities, and the South Bay is set to benefit from increased maritime sustainability. These stories up next on CityBeat.
The Los Angeles area has received $6 million from the U.S. Department of Transportation ahead of upcoming national and international sporting events. According to the Southern California Association of Governments, an influx of over 5 million travelers are expected in the LA area over the next 4 years. The money will be used to enhance walkways, bike lanes, and public transportation, as well as to improve and reconfigure high-traffic streets. The Southern California Association of Governments is partnering with LA's Department of Transportation to make transportation to and from these large events safer and more accessible for everyone. For more information, visit the News and Events section at scag.ca.gov. As part of their mission to maintain and strengthen the city's diversity, equity, and accountability, LA Civil Rights invites you to join their volunteer corps. VolCorps is a community of Angelenos working together to advance civil and human rights within the city of Los Angeles. Selected applicants will be trained to conduct community outreach, grow programs for equity, and make ongoing change in LA. Applications will be accepted during the open period that begins on December 2nd and concludes on December 13th, 2024. For more information, click on the Get Involved tab at civilandhumanrights.lacity.gov. The Port of Los Angeles has partnered with the University of California, Los Angeles, UCLA, to build on sustainable operations and increase the well-being of local communities. The Memorandum of Understanding, MOU, focuses on working within port communities such as Wilmington and San Pedro to create new research and workforce opportunities for the region. According to the port, the memorandum focuses on solutions that will increase maritime sustainability and promote eco-friendly practices. The MOU was signed at the South Bay Summit, which was held at the UCLA South Bay campus in Rancho Palos Verdes. For more information, see the news release archive at portoflosangeles.org/news.
We're taking the reins and heading out to the ranch, to the Department of Recreation and Parks Stetson Ranch. This popular spot for horse riding proved to be the perfect place to celebrate LA's equestrian community.
So today we're at Stetson Ranch hosting the 4th annual microchipping and horse registration event. Microchipping is really important, as is horse registrations, because it's a way for us to identify where we have the highest concentrations of equine keeping in the city of Los Angeles. But microchipping for horses and our household pets are important because during emergency events, we know that so often, whether it's a horse or your dog or cat, can get separated from families during emergency events. And so these are ways for us to be able to identify and reunite everyone's beloved pets with the families after the emergency.
The event is lovely. You know, we get everyone together from the valley. It brings out culture, you know. We have live music, there's folklorico, there's horses, you know. I think it's wonderful and it's a good experience for the dogs. You know, your dog is like a family member, you know. I would be sad if I wouldn't be able to find them without the microchip.
You need to register the microchip, it's very important, and then we know where the animal belongs to, who the owner is.
Because we live in an area that has so often experienced major wildfires, we've seen how horses become separated, in particular, out of fear. And so it's the best and easiest way for us to be able to reunite these pets with their owners.
When we're dealing with the horses and evacuating them, in the middle of a fire, that's usually winds blowing 60, 70 miles an hour, the horses look the same. They all look the same to us. And when we take them to an evacuation site, they still look the same. The identification, the microchip, is a positive way to identify your horse to you.
I'm really grateful that our community continues to come out and do the responsible thing in getting their animals microchipped, registering their animals, but more importantly, coming out and having a wonderful community celebration, because our cultural practices are one to be revered and protected. And I think it's really important that we show how diverse our city is through cultural events like this. Every year it gets larger, and I'm just really grateful that the community continues to show up and be excited about having this event.
You could take the dog to the park, or you could head to the park and take home a dog. An event by Councilmember Nithya Raman and LA Animal Services brought the people to Griffith Park, where they could meet their future dogs.
You gon' make me bring out the dog.
We are here trying to ensure that dogs who are at our city's shelters and who need adoption can meet their future homes.
You gon' make me bring out the dog. Where are my dogs at?
There's so many great dogs out here. There's puppies, there's all age ranges. There's the senior dogs, and they really need a home. So we're an adopting family, so we definitely believe in the adopt, don't shop. We're even fostering kittens right now, so that's why we're testing out and seeing what dog would be a good fit for our family today.
The shelters here in Los Angeles are really crowded, and there's lots of ways that residents of Los Angeles can get involved and help the situation. They can volunteer at one of our 6 shelters across the entire city, everywhere from the West Valley down to San Pedro. We have a shelter where you can come in on a weekend and walk a dog and show a dog some love. And it's an incredibly heartwarming and fulfilling experience for those volunteers. You can foster a pet. And when you foster the pet, you might like it so much that you end up keeping it, or at minimum, you can hold on to that pet until another family can adopt it. Or you could come in and adopt a dog of your own. And that would be an incredible thing for these beautiful animals who are just really looking for love.
So there's so many animals. We think it's really necessary for the community to come out, and if you want a pet, to come to the shelters first, go to a rescue first. California, there's so many displaced animals that are looking for a home. We met like one puppy over there, and even the senior dogs. I'm partial to the senior dogs because they'll be the couch potato with you.
It's rough for dogs in a shelter, so we hope some more four-legged friends have found a new home. When a baseball diamond was in need of more than a polish, it was a local restaurateur who pitched the idea of a cleanup to City Council. Now that the club has been hitting home runs for 20 years, the council is honoring Frank Michelli as an MVP for civic leadership.
Yeah, well, we're here at the corner of Whitsett and Strathern in the East Valley, and at this corner is East Valley Baseball. Around 20 years ago or so, this facility really had become very run down. And Frank Michelli became president of East Valley Baseball, and he completely transformed the program, he transformed the facility. It's really one of the great treasures of the East San Fernando Valley.
He's done a phenomenal job, and he's very deserving of the square. And it really stands as a tribute to community activism and taking care of business. I played baseball here, so I had to be here.
I've looked at some names of other people that have squares, and yeah, there are some pretty big people. So it's very humbling that my name is now included with those other celebrities, politicians, generals, statesmen, things like that.
People that do these kinds of things usually don't want awards, they don't want recognition, they just want to do what's good for the community. But it's important that they accept the awards and recognition so that other people might be inspired to do something else for their community that they're capable of.
Well, when we first came up to the facility in 2004, the facility had gone fallow. It was overgrown, so a lot of time and effort has been put in to make the fields very playable. 87 kids year one, 641 kids in a fall program, which is normally smaller than a spring program. So in 20 years, we've come a long way, and we're all really proud of it.
You know, there are literally thousands and thousands of kids whose lives were made better by Frank Michelli. And some of those kids may not even know that. They just came here to play baseball, and they just came here and they may not know Frank's role. Seeing that causes people to ask questions.
I just hope a lot of the kids that are involved in youth sports, even if they're not athletic, that as they progress later in life, they give back. Whether it's youth baseball, anything in the community, they just give back to their community and make it a better place.
Diversity is what makes our city home to many. City, religious, and community leaders came together to hear from their constituents, and they were not afraid of having some tough conversations. It was all to reaffirm rights and freedoms that we all hold dear.
We're at a critical juncture where we really need to build coalitions and stand in solidarity to combat all forms of hate.
To really fight hate, we need to be more accepting of each other's differences.
We want to send a strong message with this resolution that there is no place for fear, but there is a place and a safe space for freedom of expression and freedom of worship in the city of Los Angeles.
So we're in the Tom Bradley room with a great assortment of religious and community leaders to talk about the importance of human security in this time when we're facing increased uncertainty. Just affirming as a city that we value and respect the diversity of what makes Los Angeles special.
We have sunshine and palm trees, but we also have hate, discrimination, and inequities.
The whole idea is that we need to be able to talk about the things that are hard, that mean a lot to us. And so today is really a call to anchor back in our values, to be able to lean in to the hard discussions and recommit ourselves to Los Angeles, that we are in this city together and that we can do better together.
The Board of Public Works plays a critical role where we're basically the foundation for all of our communities. So we can bring in resources to revitalize an underserved areas that is experiencing a rise in hate or hate incidents. And so by removing graffiti, by repainting our streets and sidewalks and planting more trees, we're creating a better, positive environment for all of our families.
Human dignity is for everybody, and this is why we are here today, to reaffirm those commitments and to really reignite our conversation to uplift human rights and human dignity for all of us.
Over the next 5 or 4 years, we have a lot of work to do. Get rid of the microaggressions between communities and to have these intentional conversations about multi-faith solidarity and re-engaging each other in true dialogue so we can resolve a lot of problems in Los Angeles.
Well, Holocaust Museum LA is really a cultural institution, and it's a space where Angelenos can come together and visit the museum, be educated about the Holocaust so they can have a better understanding of the importance in fighting hate.
At the end of the day, what we're looking for is making sure that we and our families are and feel safe. And that's a core function of local government. It's our job as elected leaders to make sure that we're doing what we can to listen and then translate what we're learning from our constituents into action.
In this week's Things to Do, celebrate special traditions at El Pueblo's Las Posadas. Step up to the Pacoima Holiday Parade and enjoy a Santa visit and holiday art at Stonehouse. All this up next on Things to Do.
Join El Pueblo at the birthplace of Los Angeles to celebrate the tradition of Las Posadas. The Olvera Street Merchants Association hosts this special Christmas tradition of a nightly procession through the streets of El Pueblo. Enjoy Christmas carols in English and Spanish as the journey to Bethlehem is depicted in the historical heart of Los Angeles. Each evening will have a children's piñata, live entertainment from Rondella del Sol, complimentary champorado and pan dulce, and the procession itself. Enjoy Las Posadas on each of 9 nights, beginning on Monday, December 16th, through Tuesday, December 24th, each night from 6:30 p.m. For more information, visit elpueblo.lacity.gov. Councilwoman Monica Rodriguez invites the community to join her at the 57th Annual Pacoima Holiday Parade, taking place on December 14th. Held in partnership with the Pacoima Chamber of Commerce, this yearly holiday tradition brings the spirit of the season to Pacoima City Hall. The parade is a true community celebration and features local businesses and associations, performers, equestrians, and dancers. Head to Pacoima City Hall and join neighbors and friends at the 57th Annual Pacoima Holiday Parade on Saturday, December 14th, beginning at 9 a.m. For more information, see the Events tab on Councilwoman Monica Rodriguez's website at cd7.lacity.gov. It's the busy season for Santa Claus, and on December 14th, the man in red will be making an appearance at the Sun Valley Youth Art Center. Join the Department of Cultural Affairs at the Stone House to celebrate the season. Take your photo with Santa and join in on the holiday art workshops that follow. All the materials will be provided and admission is free with an RSVP. The holiday activities are taking place outside the historical Stone House. Visit the Sun Valley Youth Art Center for Santa and Holiday Art Workshop on Saturday, December 14th at 10 a.m. For more information, visit culture.lacity.gov/events. And that's a look at some things to do.
And that's all for this week. I'm Natalia Bilbao, and from all of us here at LA This Week, thank you so much for joining us. Remember that you can watch us online anytime at lacitybview.org, and we're also on Instagram, Facebook, X, and YouTube. See you next time for more LA This Week.